It's a difficult question to answer because everybody is different and their situations are also different. But I'm of the opinion that you can prepare too much. I mean, obviously you don't go into a class totally unprepared, but I think it has to be very flexible. Adrian Underhill and myself, we've been working together for several years now on something we call spontaneity, because it's about spontaneity. And my point is that you can be prepared for a class. I mean, you can prepare, you can do all the preparations, but then when the actual event happens, something else happens. So it's not a question of being prepared, but it's being in a state of preparedness to deal with whatever happens. And I think that's an area which has been slightly neglected in teacher training, because people say, oh, that's not something you can learn, you have to, you pick it up as you go along. But I believe that there are things you can do that help people, put people in a state of preparedness. I mean, going back to Prabhu, I mentioned Prabhu right at the beginning, towards the beginning, as one of the people who'd been highly influential. He wrote an article years ago now called Teaching is at most hoping for the best. And I think that sums it up. You've got to have everything ready, but you mustn't expect it to happen. So what you've got to do is to be ready for the thing that happens that you didn't expect. And there's a very nice example of this in a book by Frank McCourt called Teacher Man. It's not a book about English language teaching. He was teaching in a very rough area of New York, mainly immigrant kids, giving him a lot of discipline problems. And it's his first class. He's just qualified from Columbia Teachers College. And he goes into this class, and they're all shouting, and mayhem is going on. And one of the kids throws a sandwich at him, and he thinks, he doesn't think, he acts. What he does, he picks up the sandwich and eats it. And that kind of, that action, that spontaneous action, actually changes the whole dynamic of the class, because the kids, except for the boy who threw the sandwich, the kids think this is wonderful. And the boy complains, he ate my sandwich. And the others say, shut up, can't you see? Yeah, he's enjoying your sandwich. So just picking up on this one thing and doing the right thing, you take the thing and turn it to your advantage. I think this is a very good example of that. So over preparation, no, but you have to be prepared for the thing that you can't prepare for.